Next, to introduce our introductory speaker, I'm going to call on Dr. Marquita Smith, the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Associate Professor for Media and Communication in the School of Journalism and New Media. Dr. Smith.
Good morning. Media executive and author and professor Chris Vaccaro is the Society of Professional Journalists' 109th national president. He currently serves as vice president of digital technology and communications at ARC Technology Consultants in New York. He also remains deeply connected to education, overseeing the student media program at his alma mater, high school, where he's the general manager and professional in residence of 91.9 FM WSHR, an educational radio station that provides students with hands-on broadcasting experience. Teaching has been a central part of Chris's career. For the past 16 years, he's taught sports journalism, digital media, media ethics, and sports culture at Hofstra University, where he's also led a graduate journalism program for 6 years. He's a former Fulbright specialist selected by the U.S. Department of State, and he brings extensive experience to media leadership, including roles as vice president of news at News 12 Networks in New York, editor-in-chief at Tops, and editorial positions with the New York Daily News and AOL. As a dedicated SPJ member for 15 years, he served in numerous leadership roles, including the president of the Press Club of Long Island, an at-large director, and a national vice president. His honors include induction into the Long Island Journalism Hall of Fame, the New York State Baseball Hall of Fame, his high school's Athletic Hall of Fame, and in 2025, he was named New York State's Italian American of the Year and received the Ellis Island Honor Society's Beacon Award. He's a Long Island Business News Executive Circle honoree and a 3-time member of the Long Island Power List. A 2-time Emmy and 9-time Edward R. Murrow Award winner, Vaccaro has written for the New York Times, the Rolling Stone, ESPN, the Associated Press, and probably numerous publications that I cannot list. He's the author of 10 books, including a 2024 textbook on multi-platform storytelling, and has produced 9 documentaries, most recently focusing on Italian baseball development. Please give a warm welcome for Chris.
Probably saying, who the hell is this guy? Italian baseball, Long Island Baseball Hall of Fame. First of all, I don't play baseball in a sense that I would be in the New York State Baseball Hall of Fame for my athletic ability. But I'm very involved in Italian baseball as the U.S. media representative for Team Italy, which you may have seen had an incredible run at the World Baseball Classic over the last month or so. So I advocate in a lot of ways for Italian culture, for journalism, and obviously on behalf of SPJ. It's what a thrill to be here. First of all, first time in this state, let alone on this campus. And it's just really one of the most gorgeous educational facilities this country has. And I'm so grateful to be here. Speaking on behalf of, obviously, the Society of Professional Journalists, but press freedom, First Amendment rights, all the things that we fight for. And we talk about it and we do a lot. We provide resources. I woke up today and I'm looking at something, just preparing some thoughts. I probably should have known this, but today's actually the formal birthday of SPJ. April 17th, 1909, 117 years ago, a bunch of college students formed what was then a fraternity, Sigma Delta Chi, and that became SPJ, and a bunch of interested students in journalism that wanted to band together to create a professional type organization where they could share resources. We're still doing it 117 years later, except the mission today may be more important than ever because of all the attacks on the free press that we have here. And I'll underscore it and bold it that, doing this on SPJ's birthday here at this symposium with this group of people, with these types of speakers during America 250, I don't think there's anywhere else I'd rather be on the planet than right here, right now. My tenure is 1 year, right? So I have a small sliver of time to get some things done. It's there's a full-time staff as well. And Caroline Hendry, who lives in DC, has several people that just keep this thing going. And, our membership, believe it or not, is on the rise. Our programming is through the roof. Our local chapters are hustling to make sure there are events for the pros and the students in their regions to learn, to grow, to commiserate, to network, to share so much together, because honestly, this is not something you should do alone. Be a storyteller alone, advocate alone. No, we have these professional organizations for a reason, and many of our campuses do across the country as well. In fact, I would love to figure out a way to get something going in Mississippi and do that with Ole Miss, and maybe we could talk about that as a follow-up. But so much work is being done. Some of it's behind the scenes, some of it is the perfunctory statements that we have to put out there because people are constantly attacking the profession. But also, I'm really empowered by the amount of programming related to advocacy. A couple weeks ago, I was in LA with our SPJ LA chapter, and there's a press freedom forum. And it was very similar to this. It was one day, a bunch of incredible speakers, a bunch of workshops, except the beautiful part of it was that there was a tangible outcome. There was a playbook that they're able to share with all of our members in the national chapters to say, hey, here's what you should do if you need to engage with a lobbyist. Here's how to lobby. Here's how to fundraise. Here's how to go about this if you're an inexperienced early entry level journalist that is struggling because they're being attacked. There's all these different elements. There's all these different people in different stages of their career that we're trying to help teach and grow and provide resources to, while also advocating on a national level. It's a great balance for us. And again, a great privilege. So we're fighting. Right? We're doing it, but we're providing the resources. We're doing it, but we're doing it with respect. We're doing it, and we're hoping that we continue to use our voice, use our power, use the 117 years of history that we stand on to make sure that SPJ matters, but all the other professional journalism organizations as well. We have to collaborate. We have to have the idea of coming together and not just working in silos. So those are all the things that we're working on a national level. I also, obviously you're very familiar, hopefully, with the SPJ Code of Ethics. That doctrine is a really important piece of hopefully every newsroom and hopefully every college journalism program in the country. Right now, it's undergoing a potential revision for just the 6th or 7th time in the history of the organization. That's only a few times, really, in 117 years. So we're looking at it. We have an incredibly brilliant committee of SPJ leaders, of higher education leaders, of just longtime journalists and trusted minds in the field. And they're looking at all the different elements and the modern evolution of the media industry and how that properly could reflect on that code of ethics. Maybe it changes. Maybe it's one line. Maybe it's a comma. I don't know. But the conversations are happening, and we'll see if that gets done this year. So between ethics code revisions, increasing our national and local programming. In fact, using our local chapters to inspire national, because there's so much great work going on the ground in many of our states that we might as well lift them up and use them as examples to share. And so we're busy. And I'm happy to be able to travel and meet so many people from around the country. But the synergy is there. The connective tissue is there in that we're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to keep and preserve the First Amendment. We're all trying to keep and preserve our press freedom rights. It's our rights as American citizens. That may be a simple, bland, generic statement, but it's not in America 250. It's not when we have a symposium of people all talking about public trust in the media. It's not when you have 10% of your student body going in for communications classes that need to know what their rights are and what their freedoms are. And I'll bring it full circle. When my family came here from Italy, they wanted to have this American dream. Well, we live that American dream today, and we have those rights as American citizens. And it's something that I'm ultra proud to fight for, to serve SPJ through, and to make sure that our next generation, that when we pass that baton, we obviously make it better than we found it. And again, I underscore and I stress, with respect, with proper thought, with strategic leadership, and the way that we have conducted ourselves at SPJ, I think, is exemplary, and I give the credit to our board and our executive director. But enjoy this day. These conversations are the most meaningful pieces of it, right? Yeah, you can listen to me, you can listen to other people talking, but the conversations that you're about to have, the follow-up conversations that you're about to have, because you're going to invite each other to each other's newsrooms or campuses or other organizational discussions, that's powerful. And so I can't wait to see more of that. I'm looking forward to connecting with people throughout the day. I'm so thankful for Steve. I'm thankful for the university and the communications and journalism program here. It's a beautiful day. And so enjoy it. Let's keep fighting for our First Amendment rights, and let's just keep telling the stories that we're meant to, because that's what we're here for. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all, and enjoy the day.
Thank you very much, Chris. Fantastic. I'm very proud to be a longtime member of the Society of Professional Journalists. SPJ had a fantastic conference in Washington, D.C. Was it last year or early this year? I'm trying to remember. Media Fest, and attracted, there were hundreds of college students there as well.